back to Tabletop 24, welcome back to the UKGE show floor. I'm here with Pablo of Eerie Idol Games, and we're going to look at the Old King's Crown. Yep. So tell us a little bit about the Old King's Crown.
Okay, so the premise of the game is the Old King has gone missing under mysterious circumstances, and you play as one of these 4 heirs that are going to try and take over this ancient crumbling kingdom. And those 4 heirs are going to pilot their own semi-asymmetric faction. And so each round, you're going to be playing cards in secret, and you're going to be bidding them to each region. So there's 3 regions of the territory. And then everyone's going to reveal those cards, and we're going to resolve those clashes. So agents might be eliminating other cards. Champions with a high strength might be muscling out other cards. War machines might be deployed. Cavalry might be extending its influence with bolster into other regions. So if I'm playing down a bunch of face-down cards, and you're playing down a bunch of face-down cards, how do we know what we're going to be playing? Well, that's because each region fundamentally lets you achieve a different thing. So the top region is all about improving your game state, moving cards to a court that will accrue you more influence, that helps you win the game, whereas the wilderness also gains you influence, but lets you get new cards into your deck. The bottom region is all about taking that deck of followers and manipulating them, getting cards back from the draw pile, from the discard pile, or retaining the cards you've already played. So think of it a bit like a deck builder, except like a deck builder, you put in new powerful cards, and you maybe retire cards that you don't want to see again. But if you ever run out of cards in your draw pile, you take your discard pile, you shuffle it, you make a new draw pile, like a deck builder, but now your hand size goes down by 1. So you are punished for cycling through your deck, because it's actually a really low luck card game. There's hardly any shuffling. Because instead what you want to do is curate that draw pile to be the tightest, smartest machine, tighter and smarter than your opponents, but not so tight that you run into attrition and your hand size goes down. Before we do any of the secret stuff, we're going to be doing some poker-like stuff. So maybe you play your piece here and you go, I'm going to win in this region. And now that elevates the value of this region. So I might go in and go, I think I can get you. So I'm going to add in more strength, and I'm going to add this. So now we're organically elevating the value of that region. But you might have had no intention of ever winning here. You're going to bid high here because you're misdirecting me because you want one of these valuable cards. And the final part of the game is that you can take control of these neutral cards and add them to a tableau of powers that break the game and alter your abilities in real interesting ways. So players can bid for these, and they have no value. Rather, the market itself is defined by what the players think is valuable. So there might be a bunch of really powerful cards here, so people are going to be bidding high. They get a hold of those cards, and now they're able to use that power, but they have to be occupied by the card you bid with, meaning that now your resources are getting stretched even thinner. And players go like that, accruing influence, clashing in regions, until eventually one of them holds on to enough influence that they win the game.
Okay. So what's pushing us towards that end game? Where does that end game come from?
Yeah, so eventually you will have enough influence. So it's 15 in a 3 and 4 player game, because there's less resources available because you're all competing for it, and 20 influence in the 2 player game. But influence can be gained from regions, but it can also be gained from all sorts of other means. You might have a gambling den that helps you gamble on face-down cards, or you might run a spy ring that can gain money by stealing from opponents, or you might have one where you're running a merchant skill. And so there's a bunch of sources of influence that you can gain that then people can potentially steal from you, that you can move around. And there's one faction in the game that actually benefits from losing in all 3 regions. They accrue influence that way and start to power up their more powerful cards to reach an endgame state where they're much more powerful.
Perfect. So it's really tight with what you're doing, tight with your resources, and you really got to manage that to get to your end game.
Totally.
Brilliant. So when can people get hold of the game?
Yes, so the game will be available in 2024, but it's coming to Kickstarter in 2023. So it's coming in autumn. There's a pre-launch sign-up, so people can sign up to there. And then we have Discord, we have TTS mod that we update regularly, and we'll be sending out review copies to reviewers and content creators in the coming months.
Perfect. So check out that sign-up link, which we'll try and pop in the description below. Obviously check out the campaign when that does eventually launch, our other videos on the channel, and we will catch you next time. Take care.